question for you, because like you stated, you are a young Jewish man, and Kanye West said some things probably about a year or two back. I know you remember what he said about
He's like,
individuals.
I love the Jews. The Jews are the coolest of all the peoples. Jews. I'm like, oh shit, Kanye, all right.
Hey, he definitely changes. He definitely changed it. But my thing was, and I mean, this is just perception, because we don't know. You know what I mean? But how did you feel about his comments and the things that he said about?
Dude, on all honesty, I stopped listening to all Kanye West. I sold all my Yeezys, everything. All of them.
Oh, you
Um
done with him?
I started listening to Kanye West again like 3 weeks ago, randomly. I was looking for the song Keep the Receipt with Old Dirty Bastard.
Hmm.
And then from there I just kept listening to other Kanye songs. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start listening to Kanye again.
Well,
But even when he was in like, oh man, I just watched like 22 Jump Street, like Jonah Hill, you so funny. I love the Jews. Like I still didn't like, okay, Kanye, and go back and listen. Like I was, it's different for everyone. Remember, the majority of people have never met this dude. They're just a fan of the music. But when you love someone like that, you feel some kind of connection regardless. I actually met the guy a few times. And I've got to see, like Jadakiss says, I've met like 5 different Kanyes. I've met at least 3. I've met like 3, and the first 2 are definitely nothing like you'll ever see if you're just meeting him in the now. Like the first Kanye I met was like a fucking stand-up comedian, dude. We were in a room backstage at the Murat in Indianapolis with John Legend and Rhyme Fest and da 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 da. And this dude's got everyone fucking crying. He's so funny. Like just on it, dude. He made some joke about like, yeah, public enemies for the people, but like, yo, fuck the people. I'm Kanye West, man. I'm trying to get what's mine. Like, he's trying to fight the power, man. I'm just trying to fight my way into some pussy now. Like it was hilarious. What he was talking about, it was awesome. Then I met him at Lollapalooza and took like this very cool photo of him and Andrew Barber, Fake Shore Drive, of them like just embracing each other. And we're talking to Kanye, and he was just, again, super cool, like not a care in the world. And if you watch him, you can kind of see when the transition hit, and that's like after the Amber Rose breakup. He was never the same outgoing, fun Kanye. I think he like felt very vulnerable, like whatever reason, like he had to be closed off to the world and just didn't want to be as like fucking personable. Even through all the bullshit I've been through, I still like being a man of the people.
You think that may have had something to do with him getting with Kim Kardashian and the Kardashians after that?
Oh, of course, of course. I honestly think if he had his way, I don't know anything behind the scenes. Like him and Amber Rose seem like a good thing.
Yeah, they did.
Like you got to figure out what makes you happy and rock with it, dude, regardless of what or how people think or feel about it, man.
Right. Well, I do want to touch on something that I heard, and I just want to see if you can verify it. I heard that because when we talk about the Jewish community and Black people, a lot of times they talk about success, right? And I seen around the time that Kanye did his stuff, I started doing a little bit more research on the Jewish community and you guys religion and stuff like that. So I came across a Jewish guy. I don't remember his name, but he said some things that was kind of unbelievable to me. And I just want, I'm quite sure they're true. But I just want to verify with you.
Okay.
One thing he said that was like unbelievable to me, but I'm quite sure it's true. He said that as a Jewish man as a person in the Jewish community, he can go anywhere in the world, and if there's a Jewish people or Jewish community there, he has a place to stay and live.
I could see that being true.
Okay.
I mean, if you're availing yourself to like that deep, I mean, typically that's something you'd like. There's 3 sects. There's Orthodox, there's Reform, and Conservative. I was raised as a conservative Jew, so it's like, you know, I've had a cheeseburger in my lifetime.
Right.
Like Orthodox don't have meat and dairy together, you know?
Okay.
So, like, if you're going to like walk into a Jewish community that you've never been a part of and expect like to be treated like, you know, family, you're probably of the Orthodox like sect.
Okay.
You know, you're gonna walk into a synagogue and present yourself as like, you know, the all being. Okay. You're going to go to the Seder. You're going to go, you know, and do like and stay after the services to meet people. Like I'm the exact opposite of that. Like I go to the high holiday services. You know, I went to Hebrew school, Sunday school. I had my bar mitzvah, the whole not like I'm a man in the eyes of God. Um, I think if I walked into a random Jewish community, like, hey, can I crash at your place for a week? Like, who are you? Like, that's probably how I'd be treated. But I think that's probably a common, like, accepted fact for people that are of like the Orthodox sect. Like, if you ever been in New York and seen like New York Jews, like with the payas, and they wear the garb and stuff, like those are Orthodox Jews.
Orthodox. Okay.
So like those Orthodox Jews, if I'm like, hey guys, can I get a picture with you? I'm Jewish, and I showed them my Star of David, they wouldn't take a picture with me.
Oh, okay, because you're okay. I see what you're saying.
I'm like other, like I'm Jewish to them. You know, like yeah.
What joke. All right, so look, one more question.
I'm like a bastard Jew to them.
ODB.
You know, dude, something's bugging me. Like one of my plaques is like sideways. Hold on.
Oh, fix that.
I have like OCD moment.
Fix the plaques, man.
Yeah. All right. I'm like looking over at the wall, like, okay, we're good.
I'm trying to get my plaques up like you, man. I'm gonna get some plaques up just like you. I'm gonna be like
Dude,
M80.
can I show you? Like, hold on. Like, this is one of the fucking coolest pieces. Like, that's a poster from an actual concert I did. I'm on it. I know it's hard to see on my shit, but Raekwon, Ghostface, Mobb Deep, and me. And like, I'm actually.
I see your name. I see the name there, bro.
I'm actually like in the middle. Like.
Okay. Oh, okay. I see you, but I can't see. You know what I mean?
No, this green piece over here is there's like 10 of these in the world. It's a green vinyl of Cream, but it's signed by RZA to me. It's very, very hard to come by.
Man, I never seen that. I've never seen that.
Yeah, buddy. Man. So there's a couple Wu-Tang keepsakes I saved. I've sold a few, you know, pay some bills here and there and shit.
Did you watch the series?
Oh, of course.
Oh, okay.
Dude, I tell you what, Power's character and Divine's character, fucking spot on. Yeah. Like Power is like that. Divine is like that. Now the guy who played Divine, he's been in like 100 things. He's been in like Mad Law and Orders and shit.
Right. But no, that was they definitely played the hell out of their parts, man, for real.
Yeah.
Especially even Dave, wasn't that Dave East who played Meth?
Yeah.
Yeah, like even him.
I don't think Meth's ever watched an episode.
Right. No,
there's a few of them who haven't.
Yeah, no, I think Ghostface said he didn't watch any of them.
Right.
So, but yeah, man. Once again, I appreciate your time, man. And just to finish up, what advice would you give older, up and coming artists about the music industry, and maybe some of the steps they should take to try to make an impact and generate some revenue off of their music?
A lot of this is it's like trying to teach an old dog new tricks. You know, they say it can't be done. Like, again, I came up with Wu-Tang and Snoop and all these people that are from the golden era. So the golden era ran as a tradition. You make the album. We sell the album in mass bulk. You tour the album. You come back. You make another album. It's like rinse, recycle, repeat type shit.
Right.
It doesn't have to be like that in the now. When I met Benny and knew I wanted to work with Benny, they had never done a project that was over like 500 units. You know, they have like the limited edition West Side vinyl be like 250 pieces, and then they're like 200 CDs and like 100 cassette tapes and shit like that. Finish and move on to the next shit. So I learned that from Huss Kingpin, where not every album drop had to be a fucking home run or a grand slam. if you're creative and making like insane amounts of content, cool. Drop it at your leisure, market it accordingly, set like sales parameters. You know, it'd be great if I could make 10 grand here. And then when you decide to like how you're going to make it and then make it, move on to the next shit. So Huss taught me like, and essentially the first album I applied that to was Ghostface Lost Tapes. Like, I don't need to press 50,000 CDs and then potentially be sitting on 35,000 if they don't all sell through and then I lose money. Let's just make what we realistically feel we can and keep it pushing. Okay. Hence why we do 7 different colors of vinyl. You might have a Wu-Tang diehard fan that wants to buy them all, or you might just have some fan that wants to buy one. Like, we're catering to whatever we can, but it's in limited quantities. So worst case scenario, if we have extra overhead, we're not hurting the bottom line too much. For an older MC, what you can do, create all the time. You don't have to just make album after album after album. You have to build a base to where you feel like, okay, I can release an album that's going to be well received. I have an artist I've flown to Australia 3 times in the past 13 months to work with. And we work together on a weekly basis via the internet and stuff. But he's recorded so much material. We put out an EP. This is funny, is the EP with him and Bizarre, hence the whole thing with Bizarre. Like, where'd you get, I don't know, from the fucking EP I brokered for you that I own, dickhead? Like, listen to it perhaps. He did an EP with Bizarre, 1, because he loves D12, and 2, that was like a big deal for him. So that's a nice like pivot point. We're going to eat off Bizarre's fan base. Not trying to make a joke, like whether it's huge or small, like he has a bigger fan base than my artist DZ. Right. So we're eating off that. Now let's take all these songs you've done and split them into an EP series. We're going to drop every 60 to 90 days. Now, while we were out there, we started putting these songs together, and I'm like, this would make an incredible album. Okay, so now the plan changes. Let's do a couple EPs, or like a single, a couple EPs, and then the album. And by the time we get to the album, at least we feel like we've given ourselves a fair shot. We can sell, we'll put some work in, you know, you'll have X amount of videos under your belt, X amount of shows, like maybe some radio, some press history, the whole 9. We've given a fighting chance. Artists that don't feel like, or that just feel like, hey, well, I grew up just like the artist would make an album, drop it, like that's what I'm going to do. But again, they're not considering the marketing, the ads, the PR, the radio resources, all the stuff that goes into what you do after you complete the album. It's called the definition of insanity when you just repeat and expect different results. So therefore, really create the music and come up with a program, and that's going to suit you the best. So if you're able to drop monthly, weekly, whatever it is, like singles and stuff like that, good, because the point is you're trying to build your social media analytics. When labels, they pull what's called a hype report or a buzz report, they're looking at how long has this guy been popping? Okay, let's check out his YouTube page. Are we seeing stats rise? Or are we seeing a lot of this? So a lot of times I'll tell people that have older social media pages or YouTube pages, delete them, save all the shit, and re-upload it. Okay, so if we see your page is 6 months old, but every week you drop content, we're seeing the rise. That's what labels want to see. Okay. They feel they come in, sign you, and provide the machine that's just going to continue. They don't want to like do the roller coaster with you. No one wants to. I love roller coasters. I'll do with you. So
M80.
That's the point, is like having a plan, and just know you don't have to just make an album and throw it out and be like, damn, I spent all my fucking money doing this. Now what? If you're doing it single by single, even an EP could just be like 3 songs or up to 7 or whatever. Making enough of those to build, to let the fan base build with you. A lot of people skip the step of having a fan base. If you're looking at social media analytics, they say on average, and at best, 10% of whatever your follower count is are the people supporting you. So look at it that way. If you have 10,000 people, at best, 1,000 people are going to buy this product. Is that enough to make profit for you, to make it worth the expenditures of recording, paying for production? Another reason why the packs are so beneficial. Bro, if I could have made my albums back in the day and only spent like $300-400 to have all these beats and features, come on. I paid Kill Priest thousands of dollars for the first time we were in the studio working together. Dreddy this, Rhyme Fest this. Like, I'm into my projects for at least 10K every time as an independent dude. And I'm working at McDonald's, I'm working at a pizza place, I'm working at a tanning fucking salon, you know, like random odd jobs. I was a maintenance man also at the same time as the student body president at IU. Like, I got made fun of like a motherfucker. But I had it's like, the teachers have cubicles. I have my own office. Like when I'm not in class, I'm sleeping on my couch. They ain't even got couches. You know, like whatever. It was cool for me. But that's the whole thing. People want to operate just on what they know and what they've been taught, and you have to relearn. You have to teach your brain something new and proceed under a whole different guise.
Right. Well, you know what, man? That was definitely the information that I know everybody was trying to hear, everybody was looking for, as well as, man, this has been a great interview,
Thank you.
maybe, man. You
And
just don't
remind
know, man.
fans of what I agreed to do this for. So I don't think I was bullshitting.
Right.
Pizza, wings, 2 liter. Boom.
Look, and I'm like, how am I gonna get this to you? How am I gonna get this pizza and this 2 liter to you,
I
bro?
will take a cash app.
And I got a hoodie
I'll
for
get
you
my
too, man. Got a hoodie for you.
Oh, I want that.
What size hoodie you wear?
XL.
XL? Yeah, I got a hoodie here for you too, man. So I
Thank
gotta
you.
do it.
I tell you what, then I'll just take the hoodie.
Just take when you back in the city, man.
What city?
In Ohio. When you back in
Oh shit.
Toledo
It'll be in the new year.
in the new year.
In the new
You be in
year.
LA to the new year.
My only other trips to Seattle for Nicole's family. We try to trade off holidays, but she's got it this year.
All righty. Well, look,
Yeah.
man. I'll get your address and I'll ship it
Yes,
to
sir.
you. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
But once again, man, I really appreciate your time, man. I really appreciate you stopping by and giving us all this knowledge. And I do expect to have another interview with you as well, man. I want to do this again. You
Yeah,
know,
man. Yeah,
as
no
well
problem.
as, man, I'm gonna be calling you, bro. Like I'm gonna be DMing you and hitting you up, man.
As you can, dude, you can attest firsthand. I'm pretty accessible.
Yes, you are, and I'm gonna be hitting you up, man, because I got some questions too. Okay,
All right.
definitely got some questions and some
My
minutes.
wife, my wife's saying she's gonna put the baby down, so I'm gonna go on quiet mode and take the computer in the other room. I gotta do some contract work for some companies in Europe,
All
so
right,
I'm gonna
bro.
have some dinner and do that shit.
All right, man. Well, you have a good night, man. I really appreciate your time, man. And once again, M80, the almighty M80 extraordinaire, A&R extraordinaire. We appreciate you stopping by, man. Make sure you
Oh,
guys like,
dude,
comment,
you won't
subscribe.
believe who's calling me right now.
Who?
It's
Was that?
Kanye. Hold on. What's that, yay? Shout out the Jews. All right, I'll tell them. Yo, Squire Taste Media. Kanye says shout out the Jews. And thanks everyone for tuning in.
Let's go. Appreciate the love, man. Peace.
Peace. All right.
What up, broski? What up? Yeah, interview went good.